In the vibrant, tumultuous world of 20th century art, Frida Kahlo emerged as a force of raw, unapologetic creativity, her canvas a profound reflection of her internal struggles. Battling lifelong physical and emotional pain, Kahlo transformed her suffering into revolutionary art that would captivate generations. A polio survivor who endured a devastating bus accident in her youth, she spent much of her life wrestling with chronic pain, multiple surgeries, and deep psychological wounds. Her paintings became intimate diaries, exposing her most vulnerable moments, her turbulent marriage to Diego Rivera, her struggles with infertility, and her profound battles with depression and anxiety. Each brushstroke told a story of resilience, pain transformed into beauty, and an unbreakable spirit that refused to be defined by her limitations. Kahlo's art was more than painting. It was a visceral cry of survival, a testament to the human capacity to create meaning from suffering, as she lived a journey of resilience, pain, and artistic transformation. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Masterpiece. Today, we're diving into the life of Frida Kahlo. Whether you're a longtime subscriber or this is your first time here, I'm thrilled to have you join me. In this video, we'll be exploring its characteristics. Frida Kahlo's life began with dreams far removed from the artistic legacy she would ultimately create. Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo Calderon was born in 1907 on the outskirts of Mexico City. She emerged from a rich cultural tapestry. Her father, Wilhelm, a German photographer, had married Matilda, a woman of Spanish and American Indian descent. From the very beginning, Frida's world was a complex intersection of cultures, personalities, and unexpected challenges that would shape her extraordinary journey. As a young girl, Frida's passions burned brightest for science and medicine. The dreams of becoming a doctor consumed her imagination, a far cry from the artistic path that would later define her life. Her father's photography studio offered her early exposure to creative expression, but at the time, these were merely pleasant interludes in her scientific aspirations. Little did she know that life would dramatically redirect her trajectory, transforming her from an aspiring medical student to one of the most profound artists of the 20th century. The first significant disruption to her plans came with polio, a childhood illness that would become a defining element of her physical and artistic identity. At 6 years old, Frida watched as the virus transformed her right leg, leaving it thinner and shorter than her left. The physical challenge was accompanied by social isolation from classmates who bullied her for her distinctive limp, pushing her into a world of introspection and resilience. Yet her father's unwavering support became a crucial lifeline, encouraging her to engage in physical activities despite societal norms that deemed such pursuits inappropriate for girls. However, the true turning point in Frida's life arrived with a devastating bus accident when she was 18. In a moment that would reshape her entire existence, an iron handrail pierced her body, causing multiple fractures to her spine, collarbone, ribs, pelvis, and right leg. This catastrophic incident wasn't just a physical trauma, it became the crucible in which her artistic identity would be forged. Confined to bed and facing 35 operations throughout her lifetime, Frida discovered painting as both a survival mechanism and a form of profound self-expression. It was during her long, painful recovery that art transformed from a casual interest to her primary language of communication. Unable to pursue her medical dreams, she turned to a mirror positioned across her bedroom and began creating self-portraits, a practice that would become her trademark. "I paint myself because I am so often alone and because I am the subject I know best," she would later explain. These weren't merely paintings, they were raw, unflinching documentation of her physical and psychological landscapes. Frida's mental health struggles became viscerally apparent through her artwork. Each painting was a complex dialogue between her physical pain and her psychological turmoil. Works like The Broken Column weren't just representations of her shattered spine, they were metaphorical earthquakes of her internal experience. Frida developed what we would now recognize as complex PTSD, characterized by persistent emotional and psychological distress. Another painting, Without Hope, depicted her struggle with force-feeding during a period of extreme weight loss, a stark representation of her ongoing battle with physical and emotional constraints. Her personal life mirrored the complexity of her art. Her relationship with Diego Rivera, a famous Mexican painter 20 years her senior, was as tumultuous as her health challenges. Nicknamed the Elephant and the Dove due to their physical disparity, their marriage was marked by passionate love, multiple affairs, and profound mutual understanding. Their relationship transcended conventional boundaries. Frida had affairs with both men and women, reflecting her unapologetic approach to life and love. The intersection of physical pain and artistic expression became Frida's most powerful narrative. Her paintings weren't just art, they were clinical records of suffering and psychological x-rays that revealed her innermost vulnerabilities. She documented her multiple miscarriages, a consequence of the bus accident that had damaged her uterus, transforming personal tragedy into a universal human experience. Each brushstroke was an act of rebellion against her physical limitations. As her health deteriorated, Frida's artistic voice grew more urgent and powerful. Just months after a significant gallery opening, she underwent the amputation of her right leg due to gangrene. Depression and anxiety intensified, and her dependency on painkillers increased. Yet, even in her most challenging moments, her spirit remained indomitable. Throughout her 143 paintings, including 55 remarkable self-portraits, Frida Kahlo transformed personal suffering into a universal language of resilience. She never became the doctor she initially dreamed of becoming, but she became something perhaps even more significant, a healer of sorts, using art to dissect human pain, vulnerability, and strength. Even though she didn't want to be an artist, but had always an unwavering passion for science, a dream that stood in stark contrast to her eventual artistic legacy. The sciences beckoned to her with their promise of understanding the human body, its mechanisms, and the potential to heal and save lives. She was drawn to the intellectual rigor of medical studies, the systematic approach to understanding human anatomy, and the potential to alleviate suffering. The biological sciences represented a world of order and purpose, a stark contrast to the unpredictability of her later life. The bus accident that dramatically altered her trajectory came just as she was preparing for medical school. Her numerous surgeries and prolonged recoveries might have ironically been the very experiences that would have made her an extraordinary physician, someone who truly understood patients suffering from the inside out. And just days before her death, she attended a demonstration against the CIA invasion of Guatemala, demonstrating her commitment to political activism alongside her artistic legacy. Her final diary entry, "I hope the exit is joyful and I hope never to return," encapsulated her complex relationship with life, pain, and mortality. On July 13th, 1954, at just 47 years old, Frida died, officially from a pulmonary embolism, though some speculate about potential suicide or overdose. Her death was as enigmatic and powerful as her life had been. Frida's legacy transcends art. She became a symbol of transformation, proving that limitations can become the very source of one's most profound creativity. From a young girl dreaming of medical achievements to an artist who documented human suffering with unprecedented honesty, she rewrote the narrative of disability, pain, and artistic expression. Her life teaches us that our deepest wounds can become our most powerful tools of communication, and that art is not about perfection, but about radical, unfiltered truth. Frida Kahlo didn't just paint her life, she excavated it, presenting a raw, uncompromising vision of human experience that continues to inspire generations. In the end, she didn't just survive her challenges, she alchemized them into a legacy that would forever change how we understand art, pain, and the extraordinary potential of the human spirit. And there you have it. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover next, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.